Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. It's the Friday episode. We're recapping the week that was. And I got to tell you, I watched a lot of highlights. I liked what I saw. Let's talk some baseball. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented by SeatGeek. My name is Jimmy. Jake wearing a badass shirt, and Trev wearing an even cooler windbreaker in California. BBD behind the dish. Little hiccup in the recording schedule today for those that may have noticed. We are recording this Thursday, 1 o'clock, not Friday, because we got a big Friday. We got a big warehouse event Friday that everyone is participating in. That is local. Me, Jake, and BBD. Trev is coming out to the next big warehouse event. Luckily, there wasn't that many Thursday games that I missed out, at least for my NL. And so thanks for not yelling at us in the comments. We're recording 24 hours earlier than we usually do. Jake, how are you?
Sound off in the comments. I'm doing well. Trevor, James, BBD, everyone watching. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. Like you said, Jim, a lot of good baseball. Storylines are more and more developing. Who's hot, who's not? Sound off in the comments. And yeah, I'm wearing a stylish shirt. I also have another stylish jersey here. Our guy Lennon in the office, his Cincinnati Flying Tigers playing some of the best baseball in Cincinnati right now. He played for them over the weekend. They got a big W, so shout out. Cincinnati baseball is alive and well.
He's here.
And I'm doing well. So what's going on with you, T-Pain?
Listen, I'll be the one talking about the Reds.
Okay.
And I'm going to deep dive into the one game that I'm covering, but things are good out here. I have the windbreaker on. It's a little chilly in Southern California today. We have some cloud coverage, which is nice. I got another playoff game today. So big day here at the Plouffe household. It's good to see your faces. I love James is in the warehouse doing what he loves. I saw you guys like doing this weird thing that you like, Jake, you had something in your mouth and it flicked into James' mouth. And of course, like always, Jimmy, you were on the floor to end this whole thing. Like, what was that?
That was me making a play. Actually, I didn't realize how nice of a play I made. Had to almost full slide. That was a popper. I think one went off during the intro of the show.
Sure did. Right. Unreal. I've been playing with it like a fidget spinner. And I lost focus for a second, and I was like, oh, this is something I can put down in the table. Shot right into the microphone. So I'll tee one up, see if we could get a shot.
Nobody uses the ground, James, better than you do, and I sincerely mean that. I've never seen an athlete use the ground as much as you do and as well as you do. So congrats on that. Don't know where that came from. Is there an origin story there?
I'm choosing to believe you're being sincere here.
I really am. I'm serious. Like every nice play you make, you know how to use the ground. It's a skill.
There's one coming up in a one-inning league where Jake was very impressed at how I dove without or slid without hurting myself. Yeah, I haven't seen the replay of it yet, but I'm excited. I don't know, man.
Closer to the ground than you, Trev. It's not.
I'm like Buzz Lightyear. You know, I'm falling with style.
I like that. It's a good quote.
Yeah, making plays. I have the NL, so I'm starting off. So I feel like I can give you some insights. This morning, I was watching just a ton of those like 3-minute highlight reels that MLB TV puts together, watching games, make sure that, I don't see Ian Happ had a single and then it was actually the shortstop just let it fall in front of him because it was windy and it wasn't a rocket single. Congrats, Ian Happ. But who are they playing? Pirates? Yeah, Pirate shortstop just looked at Brian Hayes and was like, "You're gonna get that," and then dropped like 10 feet in front of his feet. It's like, what are you doing, man? My main point is I loved the gameplay I saw in all the highlights. It was such a mixture of home runs, but then also some teams won by just literally throwing the bat at the ball, blitzball style, putting it in play and making shit happen with their feet. So I don't know. Some people are complaining about the balls being de-juiced. We're still getting some home runs. Like there were games at a ton. And in all the highlights I watched every game in the NL, 3-minute highlight clip. It was like good ball and play action too. So I don't know the numbers behind it, but I think we found a good brand of baseball. Sound off
I like
in the chat.
Sound it off.
I think, and maybe we can combine the two. I think putting the ball in play is getting a little more sexy, which I like that. We can also juice them balls just a little bit. Just a little bit of baby juice. You know what else is juiced up?
Yep.
My Shady Rays. They become an everyday thing for me. I'm seeing if I brought them. No, I left them in our office, but
Here you go.
I'm a Shady Rays man. James O'Brien just threw on his Shady Rays right now. He goes from an old guy you don't want to have sex with to a young man you do want to have sex with just by putting on his Shady Rays. Shady Rays, every pair is backed by their lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, think about this, which you've pretty much done to every sunglasses you ever own. They will send you a brand new pair. It's kind of a deal that can't be beat until they provide another deal that can't be beat. They are giving you 50% off if you get 2+ pairs of their premium polarized shades with promo code TALKIN. It's Talkin Baseball. The code is Talkin at www.shadyrays.com. Code Talkin. And again, like they're giving you a crazy deal. 50% off, 2+ pairs of premium polarized shirts. Get yourself a couple. Load up. Get some gifts for people. Why not? 50% off. That's almost half. And that comes with their normal break a pair, lose a pair. They'll send you a new pair. So Shady Rays, thank you. Thank them. Go to shadyrays.com and use code TALKIN. 50% off 2+ premium polarized shades.
Katie picked me up from the train station yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for her. So I had my laptop. I was sitting on like the curb or a wooden like high curb. I had my laptop out and I was editing and I had the sunglasses on because it was sunny out. And she said, I almost didn't know that was you. You look so cool.
Yeah.
Oh. I think that's good. I think that's good.
I took it as a compliment. I said, "Oh, that's good.
It's good for Shady Rays." I too have a Shady Rays story.
She gets very upset because I just dress like
you kind of go on a
50-year-old
warpath to not look cool.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it's cool that you. Yeah,
it's if someone was like, "Wow, look at that outfit Jimmy's wearing," I'd be like, "That's like a nightmare for me."
I too have a Shady Rays story. I went to my Little League draft wearing Shady Rays. People also complimented them. I said, we got this deal. If you guys want a Shady Rays, they say 50% off. But another way to say that is buy one, get one free. This guy said, I got Shady Rays. One of the other coaches had Shady Rays, and he loves them because of the lost or broken deal that they do as well. That's like amazing.
Yeah.
And you guys know I have this bad brain that also has a marketing degree, and I think I'm going to volunteer to be their spokesperson, Shady Ray. And like I'll be slinging sunglasses on the street like in my jacket, and it'll be like, don't buy them from Shady Ray. Go to Shady Rays. I
think you see someone that's wearing Shady Rays and you're like, I'm Shady Ray, and you take them off their face, snap them, and you say, don't worry.
Yeah. No, that's walking. Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you should be Shady J.
Ooh.
You want to do the NL? Stuff happened. I'm telling you guys.
Jim, I gotta know.
Oh, I can't hear it, so here we go. All right, the Dodgers swept Jake's D-backs. The D-backs had an early lead in all 4 games, come away with 0 victories. Kimbrel gave him a scare in both of the first 2 games. He gave up a 2-run homer in game 1, but got the save in game 2. Kimbrel allows a run, a walk, defensive indifference. Then they balked him on purpose to third, then a single, but Kimbrel got the save. They had a lot of big hits from a lot of people. Justin Turner sheeting up. Gonsolin had a nice outing. Freddie Freeman had a really good 4 games. It was 4 games in 3 days. Tough for the D-backs. Well, like I said, they were up like in the 3rd inning of every game. I think they had the lead. And in the last game, Hudson gets the save for the Dodgers. They're having fun. Sorry, D-backs. The Braves and the Brewers met up, and Peter Moylan was in the booth serenading everyone with his beautiful Australian pipes. The first game was a doozy. Freddie Peralta goes 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. After that, Williams comes in. He goes 1, 2, 3, 3 strikeouts. Then Hader comes in, 1, 2, 3, 3 strikes out. How are you going to win if that's the pitching you're facing? Peralta with a great start, and the Brewers pushed one across on a wild pitch, I believe. Henford scored on a wild pitch after a double. Damn. Don't worry about it, though. In game 2, the Braves win 3-0. They shut out the Brew Crew. Ozuna had 2. A nice stop to a perfect bounce pass. First to escape a bases-loaded jam, I believe, in the 8th inning in game 2. You should watch that highlight. I know you're a fan of third base bounce passes. In game 3, it goes to extras. The Brewers win 7-6. The Braves were 1 strike away from ending the game, but Wong tied it with a triple off Kenley Jansen. Blown save! And then later on in extras, Keston Hiura walk-off 2-run homer the day he was recalled from AAA. So how about that? Go Brew Crew. The Mets and the Cardinals have played 3 of their allotted 4 games. They had a rain out, so they did have a doubleheader. 2 scary injury scares for the Mets. Nimmo had an injury scare, but he comes back the next day, hits a triple, so he's good. Scherzer pulled himself from the game with some side pain. Buck says he's been pitching through it and multiple blisters. So that was scary, but the Mets win the first game of the doubleheader. They lose the second, and then they win the third game. They had just a lot of timely hits. Game 2 here was the one I saw where the Cardinals won it. O'Neill just a little poke on a slider, literally just bat to ball for the infield single in the 9th. Beats out the throw, so the fire hydrant getting down the line. I liked it. They also had a bad call. Music still going? Giants and Rockies. The Giants took 2 out of 3 from the Rockies. Sanzatella, 2 shutout innings, and then he got hurt, and they had to bring in the new guy, Ty Black, and then Curt Casali said, "Shut up, Ty Black," and homers off him twice. Yastrzemski hit the go-ahead home run in the 9th in game 1. In game 2, our guy Cobb, he was at 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. They throw him out for the 6th inning. His final line is 5 innings pitched, 5.1 innings pitched, 7 earned runs. That's a good start. Turns into a bad start for Cobber. And the Giants won game 2. Am I out? Okay. Padres and Phillies, they split the series so far. Game 3 is today. Clevenger had himself 5 shutout innings in game 1, and then Mackenzie Gore bolted him with 3 shutout of his own after that. Cano got involved with an RBI single. Schwarber misplayed it. They scored in game 2. Wheeler versus Snell. Wheeler shut down the Padres, and the Phillies won 3-0. Hoskins had a solo home run. Snell, 3.2 innings pitched, 3 earned run in season debut. Walks hurt him. I think every run that came across the score, they got on via walk. I'm not even close to done. That's hard when you can't hear the music. How do you do that, Trev? Not even close to done.
I'm built different.
I got to put the timer on. Pirates and Cubs played 2 of 3. Cubs beat them in the first 2 games 16-0, and the Pirates won in the third game. Cubs had a lot of fun debuts. Nats and Marlins, they played 3 games, and the Marlins won 2 of them. The Nationals won the third to not get swept. They got some good players over there. Blew it. No,
I think you did great, James. I think you did excellent.
No, music is tough.
It's very tough.
Looked at my timer that I got going. As far as the standings, the Dodgers with their 4-game sweep in 3 days, they make up some ground. They were tied with the Padres last we checked in. Now they have a 2-game lead on the Padres. They had a 1.5-game lead on the Giants last time we checked in. Now they have a 3-game lead on the Giants. So the Dodgers make up some ground. They are alone in first place. Milwaukee picks up a game on the Cardinals with their series win. So they're 3.5 up in the Central. And in the East, the Mets pick up half a game They're now 25-14, first place in the East, and the Phillies are behind them 6 games out.
Where we dropping, boys?
Jim, you lead us. Your NL.
Your D-backs, Jake. Early leads. I don't even know if it was like it wasn't like it wasn't bullpen explosion. They weren't late comebacks by the Dodgers. Maybe one of them, but kind of a bummer.
It's tough. I mean, 2 of the favorites in the National League meet up. Yeah, man, I don't know what you do with it. I mean, you're right. They battled in every game. It was tough. I follow my my D-backs close, especially on social media, best friends. And yeah, every game kind of it was the same story. It was like Christian Walker homer to go ahead. It was like, all right, let's go. And then it was like, oh no. Dodgers, they turn it on in every game. And, it stings. If you're the Snakes, you had all this good juice, and now you're looking at the standings, and things don't feel as honky-dory as they did feel. You're a few games above 500. Now you lose 6 straight. You're 18-21. Tough.
The Dodger side of things, they had 6 different players hit home runs, I think. Almost everyone got involved. I mean, Belly's still struggling, I believe, but he got involved. But Justin Turner turned it on in a big way. Max Muncy laid down a bunt in a close game to beat the shift. Mookie had big hits. Trey Turner had big hits. It was well oiled. I mean, they're good, but
the Kimbrel thing was interesting. I didn't know that the Dodgers didn't use PitchCom. So when he balked, he was just trying to get him over to third base. I know he gave up some runs here, but he's been really good for them all year, and he was throwing cheese in that game too. So, I wasn't expecting. I mean, I know it's Craig Kimbrel, and he's one of the better he's like one of the better closers like ever, kind of
historic.
So I shouldn't expect bad things to happen. But I didn't have great expectations for him coming into this year. But he's been pretty good for the Dodgers. He's got like
it's because of the ponytail.
Yeah, the ponytail work right now. Maybe he's getting some of that energy from there because the fastball, I think he was hitting like 99 or something like that. So the Dodgers, like you said, James, they're all going offensively now. Like I think Muncy's, he's trying to beat the ship. You know how I feel about bunting when you're struggling. It helps you. I don't give a shit what anyone says. You need to bunt when you're struggling. You see the ball deeper and you get a hit.
He did the barrels. They've been doing that for a while.
Barrels, baby.
After the bunt. But yeah, D-backs, that's a bummer. Merrill Kelly had an awful start.
Damn. He'd been on a heater too. He'd been having a great season.
2 innings pitched, 8 earned runs. So not good for him.
Shout out to our guy JT, 1 dotting over the last 9 games after a really horrendous start, and it's one of the things that makes baseball a beautiful and sick sport. You can be so bad, and then it can just start clicking.
The next series is the Braves and Brewers. This was a really good one. I mean, that first game is nuts. It's 1-0, and the run scores on a double, the ground ball to move in the third, and then a wild pitch. So I can understand saying like this is a boring game, but the pitching was like really crisp. I mean, Devin Williams and Hader for the 8-9. I know Hader's doing crazy stuff right now. Just 3 Ks, 1, 2, 3, 3 Ks after Peralta shut you down for 7 innings. That sucks.
It's not fun. When you're going into Milwaukee that's going to happen. Like you need to go out and try to get the starters. Good luck with those starters, especially Freddie Peralta. There was one area where he had like a little bit of an Achilles heel type thing. And it was the first inning. He's been really bad in the first inning, but not that game. And then, like you said, 6 outs, 6 Ks. This is why I picked them to win the World Series. I mean, if you get the pitching going and line it up the right way, like you will in the playoffs, it's nearly unhittable. I mean, at times it is unhittable.
And I know we have more on the Brew Crew later from Jake, but in Game 3, Trev, they do get to the starter. Riley and Ozuna go back-to-back off Burns in the same inning. I think the only inning he gave up runs. I think Burnsy was great outside of that third inning, and then they Kenley's one strike away. It's 3-2 pitch to Colton Wong, and it's a game tying triple, and then they get him in extras. So Brewers can beat you a lot of different ways. More on that after.
I want to just shout out Hira because I don't think he's going to be part of that discussion later. Gets recalled from AAA. He was 0 for 4 going into that at bat, dude. Jesse Chavez on the mound just gets a cutter over the heart of the plate. I love homers to center in Milwaukee. What is it about that center field that just like off the jumbotron, that big? It's just
it's a huge jumbotron.
Nice.
Yeah.
I never hit one to center field there, and I'm pissed because it looks so majestic. It looks like you hit the ball 600 feet when you hit that center field wall. Shout out Keston, man.
I too have never hit that center field scoreboard. It haunts me. Colton Wong, put him in the JT bucket. He was off to a brutal start to this season. Last 13 games, he's 1 dotting with 5 stolen bases. Yeah. 3 home runs, a triple, couple doubles. And he told me to start wearing chains, and now I'm hot.
He did say that, didn't he? Hey, these are good vibes for Willie Adames. Good vibes.
Okay.
Heart and soul team.
Not great vibes for the Mets. A couple times they win the series, but their fan bases get big scares. Nimmo in game 2, I believe, took a foul ball to the knee, exited the game. He was day-to-day. They were scared about that. He comes back the next game, quells those scares. But Scherzer does come out, and we'll see what that is. He didn't seem to think it was that bad, more precautionary. The Mets, as far as baseball goes, do win 2 out of the 3.
I think they're playing a final one today.
Yep.
And yeah, man, I mean, dude, a lot of stuff going on inside and outside this series. A DeGrom MRI. You mentioned Nimmo. Trevor May, shout out to our guy. He's having a tough time. He goes 60-day IL. And then his cat passed away from, I think, a big fall. So send some love Trevor May's way. That's a brutal week.
Sorry, Trev.
Yeah, Mets, it's one of those sick things about baseball. Mets win today, and it's like 3 of 4 from the Cardinals after losing their, I think it was losing their first series. Like, Mets turn it back on, and if not, you do whatever with it. I'm glad to hear my fire hydrant king Tyler O'Neill's getting back in the mix. He was having a tough go for a while.
Well, back in the mix is loose to lose. If you haven't seen the play, watch it. It's an auto slider that he literally just like plays pepper with, but it gets the run in. And McNeil did the same thing earlier in the inning before. Lindor's on. Lindor moves to third on a pass ball. McNeil, I mean, he's very much more purposely trying to just bat to ball skills. Because he kind of is that guy, steps up, sees the field. Where are they playing me? Where are they not playing me? I'll just put it there. He's pretty fun to watch in that way. But yeah, that was the game where I was like, dude, I don't care if that is not like a home run. That was fun to watch. You had a guy put the ball in play. A third baseman had to rush forward to make the play. Does he go home or does he go to first base? He chooses to go to first base. And you got fire hydrant beating it out like that. I know it gets shit on because it's not a home run and it's not like on purpose, but there's still a lot of athleticism that comes with those plays. So I was like, that's a good game. I enjoyed watching the highlights of that one.
A lot of athleticism, a lot of like thought behind, your assignments and all these plays. I think it's fun to watch baseball. There's not a lot of thought process in hitting homers. You just go up there and bang the ball around. Although I do love me a nice homer. I agree with you, James. There are times you need both. You can't just have pitchers duels and good defense all the time. You can't just have homer fest. Like there needs to be some parity between those two. And maybe that's what they're doing. They're like, here's like this month with dead balls. Here's the next month with juice balls. They should just throw them all together. See what happens. Just a grab bag of balls, which they kind of have done in the years past. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, like the Dodgers series, it was a lot of home runs. I know the Angels and Rangers series was a ton of home runs. So Red Sox, we're still getting a lot of home runs. I think as the weather warms up, this dead ball might get us to a place that I personally am fine with, but we'll see.
It's getting a little scary out there for Mets fans. This is kind of like, I think a lot of people at the beginning of the season were cautiously optimistic. Then they get out to the start and they're very optimistic, and they should be. Like the way this team is constructed, it's a very, very good baseball team. And the only thing that could derail them is what's happening now. You got your guys, there's really no timetable for DeGrom. Scherzer, it sounds like it's an oblique thing. I think I saw Heyman put that out. Trusted source, John Heyman. Obliques are tricky, dude. Like that's a month at least if it's an oblique. I don't care if it's a minor oblique. If it's a major oblique, then look out. But from what Max is saying, it's pretty minor. We'll see what the imaging says today, but that's a month. At least a month, dude, because you have to get that thing right. I don't know, man. This is
hey, they got a 6-game cushion, so hopefully
exactly.
that eases the pain a little bit.
And BBD, you got a quick Buck Showalter update for us? He's gonna find it. He changed his Siri
on Waze. Buck Showalter said he changed the voice on his Waze app because the guy with the English accent was smug and pissing him off. He likes the Cookie Monster voice because you can't get mad at Cookie Monster. That's from Matthew Roberson.
Buck Showalter is smart, but if you watch a Buck Showalter press conference, the first line he says is about the dog he's getting or the Waze thing or
diffuses.
Shakira, he just is like an instant diffuser, change the vibe. He's got to put a lot of thought into his opening line because it's always something quirky. And he needs to slow down as the biggest Buck Showalter enthusiast. You're getting into Joe Madden territory with
it's self-awareness.
Every day having a quirky quote. Buck, I love you. I need you to pump the brakes.
Well,
you could pump the brakes or just run out to the mound more often so we can see that beautiful jog that you have. It's a great gate.
Oh, he's got an old school manager's gate. It's almost lost. Pick it up, young managers. Your thumbs are up, your elbows are tight, and you're jogging. Yeah. It's not hard to do a manager jog.
It's baseball.
Gabe Kapler would never.
Slow walk like a fucking runway.
Gabe should get a tricycle to take out to the mound.
Gabe can make a freaking unicycle or a tricycle look good. Let me talk about the Cardinals real quick because we said this on Baseball Today. If you're a Cardinals fan, you're exactly where you thought you'd be, like a well-run organization. You're 3 or 4 games over 500. You're right there with the Brew Crew. Flaherty is going to be coming back. We need O'Neill to get going, but this is such a consistent organization, right? If you told Cardinals fans, hey, it's May 20th and you're going to be 3 or 4 games over 500. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep. They're right where they need to be.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fine. The Mets are good too. The Rockies lost the first 2 games to the Giants, which extended their personal losing streak to the Giants to 12 games. And then they won the last game to snap that. So the Rockies have ended the Giants' reign on them. Yes. Cobb with an unbelievable line. I felt so bad for him.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, that's not good.
Did you hear how it went down? Five innings, 2 earned runs. Then in the 6th inning, he got 1 out, gave up 5 more runs. So he ends 5.17.
That's tough.
Sucks.
Yeah. I like the Logan Webb outing. He gives up a couple runs in the first, then he walks a couple batters in the second, and then it says retires 16 in a row. That is what you want. I mean, this guy's a young guy too, but that is what you want out of your ace. A guy that shit goes down the first inning, there's no panic. I'm still going to go ahead and give you 7 innings. That's incredible. That's something that needs to be applauded more and more. Especially in today's game where we're not going deeper in the games, to be able to have that kind of start and to finish the way he did, that's just balls, baby. Go check out him on the Chris Rose rotation. I think it came out today.
And they brought him out for the 8th inning, but my dude Connor Joe got a single off him, then later scored. So that's
Are
how
you
the
a Connor Joe
fan?
In.
Connor Joe? Connor Joe.
I am a Connor Joe fan. I'm just kidding. He's got a great swing.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Since there's the Padres and the Phillies, this series has not ended. Both games have ended 3-0. Padres win the first one. Phillies win the second one. The highlights, Clev has a shutout appearance. Cano gets his first RBI. Wheeler 7 shutout innings. Snell comes back. Hoskins, he needed a homer pretty bad. I think Real Muto got some hits, and he needed hits really bad. Schwarber let a ball roll to the wall.
How about our guy Mikey Clevenger back with a big start? This one's kind of one of the tough ones. Recording, we'll see who wins the series. Good to see Clev back, and shout out to that NLDH for letting Bryce Harper play when last year he literally would have been out for like 2 months, and now he's playing every day.
Phillies fans are getting that real special outfield going right now all the time with Castellanos, Schwarber. Then there's been a mixture of Odubel, Roman Quinn. There's another guy out there too. I forget his name right now. That's going to test them a lot. I told Chris Rose this morning, it's like, I can't quit the Phillies, dude. As much as I want to quit the Phillies, they've been keeping me hanging for what, 2 years now?
Yeah.
Like I told him I never had this experience with a girl. Like I got my dream girl. So did Chris. We talked about that. Phillies are making me feel some type of way. I cannot quit you. Even when Bryce off the field, that atrocious defense they've been putting out there, there's just something about these guys. They're going to be there at the end of the year. I don't know why. I don't know how to explain it. I don't get it.
They got nice uniforms and they bang.
Bang.
Cubs beat the Pirates handily in the first 2 games. Hap had a good series. They had a bunch of rookies. Brandon Hughes made his debut as a pitcher. And then the kid, Christopher Morel. I don't know if you have to say it. He hits a home run in his first at bat. Awesome reaction. And then the Pirates had Sawinski, who's a native of Chicago guy. His parents were in the crowd. So it was basically parents weekend in Chicago. My favorite storyline from this series is, I don't know if you guys saw this. Did you see Vogelback tag up?
Did I see it? Oh my God.
Trev put it on his IG story. That's how
it was so good. I put it on my IG story.
I feel bad for Vogie, but that slow-mo shot of him, like his first couple steps, is unbelievable. Like the head-on, like the 40-yard dash head-on shot they got. And then Contreras asked him if he's okay. He's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
That was the weirdest. I don't know what happened there.
I'll tell you what happened exactly, Trev.
Okay.
Vogelback is a big dude who doesn't think he's fast. And his third base coach says, you're tagging on this, Vogie. And he goes, are you fucking kidding me? I'm tagging up right now? And I go, yeah, go. He sprints, tries his hardest, basically knows he's been set up to fail and become a joke that Trev puts on his Instagram, gets thrown out easily. And then he's like me, and Contreras gives him fucking sympathy pats in the middle of the fucking diamond. Like, are you okay, man? Are you okay? I know that's not your skill set. Are you okay? And then Vogie fucking pushes Contreras' mask. He didn't know it was Contreras' mask. It was just the first thing that he could fucking throw. He was like, get the fuck out of here. And then he didn't even say anything. Contreras was like, what are you doing? And he just looks at him and goes, oh, and walks away. It's a bad time.
I think you described it perfectly. As soon as he threw the helmet, I was like, oh, here comes something going on here. But
Contreras was like, me and him go way back. Like we're boys.
Yeah, they're good. I agree. Contreras was like, it wasn't like he asked him if he's okay. He was like leaning on him, like giving him a hug. And Vogelbach wanted no part of that.
That must have been tough for you. Yeah.
Interesting.
Go watch the Morel homer. Really cool. Texted Happer about it. It was so cool because it was a 6-0 game. Kid's first major league at bat. And it's a shout out to, we hear people talk about good fan bases, good baseball towns. The crowd at Wrigley in a 6-0 game is on their feet for a 3-2 pitch to a rookie having his first at bat. And then he goes ding dong. Really cool stuff.
Yep.
I got one of my buddies, Tyler Heineman, was catcher for the Blue Jays, gets designated. The Pirates scoop him up. They designate my other friend, Andrew Knapp, for assignment. And then Roberto Perez, now out, season-ending hamstring surgery. I think my guy Tyler Heineman is going to be the Pirates' everyday catcher now. So, that's my boy. So give him some love. You see him.
Sucks for Perez. I think he signed there hoping for a trade or to build onto a next contract. So it's a bummer.
You need to tell Josh Donaldson about Heineman, Trev.
Yeah, and he doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
Guess what, Josh? I know who he is. Very nice guy, and he's a magician. So he'll magic your ass right out of there.
Might have lost me and Jimmy.
It's a fucking magician.
Not our game.
He's like a legitimate magician. Yes. You guys don't like magicians?
Jimmy got me into a bar fight once.
He's just never allowed on the show.
Michael Kadire?
Listen.
I mean, if your name's Michael Kadire, you're kind of lined up to be a magician.
Yeah. Magical Michael Kadire.
Yeah.
That stinks, dude. You want to like someone, you find out they're a magician. That sucks.
No. Wait, I enjoy magicians. The
Sure.
sly. You got to keep your eye on them. Sly motherfuckers. But,
Meanest
they're
Jake's ever been to a stranger
Jimmy
in a public
tricked me.
place.
Jimmy basically pumped me with fuel and a target.
I didn't do shit. I just said there's a magician here.
I'd rather not talk
Okay.
about it.
Nationals at Marlins. What happened there? Marlins take 2 out of 3.
Yeah, the Marlins took 2 out of 3. The cool story is Petit, I believe is his name. He got his first start. He goes 4.2 shutout innings. They didn't think he was going to go that deep, but he ends up I think he only threw 50 something pitches. He's now got 21 innings pitched, 1 earned run. And it's like a little Ranger Suarez-esque, not fully. It was like slop innings, bullpen innings, and he was just doing really good. And they're like, hey, why don't you just start? And then he puts together a good outing.
UCLA guy. I like that. I'm happy for him right there.
Yeah.
Pac-12, with all my guys there.
I meant to say this before. Sorry to jump back to the Cubs really quickly. Don't be surprised if they go on a mini heater here, and it's schedule watch. Pirates, they're hosting the Diamondbacks for 4, then they play the Reds for 4. So Cubbies, they've been a handful of games under 500. If they could get on a little heater, get back around there, better times in Wrigley.
I have a note on that Nats series as well.
Okay.
Are you guys aware of the end of Wednesday night's game with that?
Yes.
Interesting tag up situation.
Oh, yeah.
They ruled left early, but lengthy review. They overturn it. A lot of things I haven't seen in a pivotal moment like that before.
God damn it, man. That was the one highlight I did not watch because I realized I was supposed to be at the warehouse and I had to leave early. I missed something.
You'd have really
Yeah.
liked that.
It was a Jazz Chisholm fly ball. Jesus Sanchez on third base. Safe. Tie game. And then they just hammer the ball over to third base to, I believe it was Michael Franco. And boom, double play, game over. Nationals are all really excited, and the Marlins can't believe what happened. They do end up reviewing it and getting it right, though. But definitely interesting, just timing for that. Chisholm, great series. Miguel Rojas, our guy, had a great series as well. So they got the call right. Nationals win that game anyway.
Let's find out what happened in the American League.
We are starting out in Toronto. Oh boy, the Blue Jays hosted the Mariners, 2 teams that kind of needed to get it right, get it tight. But enough of that. I'm talking Bob Marley redemption songs as Yusei Kikuchi redeems himself against his former team. 6 shut piece. Oh, you guys don't want to pick up that weird extension you offered me? How about you eat this? 6 shut piece, they get the W. Bo Bichette with the big home run. Trev's guy, Jose Berrios, drops it in game 2. 7 shut piece from him. How's your starting pitching? He outduels my guy Logill. And George Springer had the dagger in that one. Mariners come back, salvage it. Ty France. He got that Rose rotation elevation with a homer and carries the team to victory there. 2 out of 3 for the baby Jays. The Yankees continue to slaughter birds. The Orioles, they've taken the first 3 games of the series. They're playing game 4 as we record this. Spoiler, they win, I think. I don't know, actually. They're down 1, but I think they're going to win. The Yankees are a wagon right now. in basically every phase of the baseball. Bringer of rain. Wasn't familiar with Tyler Heineman. He's getting familiar with his swing. He looks really good right now. Luis Severino, if he's back, the Yankees are a problem this year. Our guy Jose Trevino went yard. The Yankees are just having fun. Aaron Judge should have had a 3-homer game, but the Camden Cliff / Wallace Shawn stops him from doing that. Baltimore, let's fix that wall, baby. The Boston Red Sox, they host the Houston Astros, actually, the whole team. And this is last year's ALCS. Red Sox, they bounce back. They win 2 out of 3. Are they figuring it out? Full pension Piv would tell you so. You might hear about him later as he is going the distance. He's going for speed. Altuve leadoff homer, and then he just finishes off the damn game. Good for him. Astros took that second game. You might have saw it. Home run fest. Sorry, Nate Dogg. You did not regulate. 5 homers in the second inning. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Red Sox win a series, though. Good for them as they try to right the ship. White Sox and Royals, you boys might remember this. We are playing the best of 5, and guess what? It comes down to game 5 today. White Sox took the first 2. Are they figuring it out? No. Kids, if you're listening, make sure you wear a Robert. He hit the 2-run homer to win it in the 10th for the White Sox. They won the second game. Dylan Cease with the bounce-back start, but the Royals, Brady Singer, what a performance. Greinke does Greinke things. We'll find out who takes game 5 of this pivotal AL Central set. This one hurts, boys. I'm going to be honest with you. I love me some Taylor Hearn, some Texas Rangers. They busted out the broomsticks against my Halos. Oh, no. What is you doing, baby? Syndergaard doesn't get out of the first inning. Gets hurt by his defense a little. Rangers, a big 8th inning. Nate Lowe. Get low. Yin Yang. He has the go-ahead RBI in game 2 and the walk-off homer in game 3 after Jared Walsh, tied it up with his second homer of that game. I hate it. Good for you, Rangers. Good for you, Rangers. Sweep or be swept. Rays take 2 out of 3 from the Tigers. Tigers win a little bit of a pitcher's duel in the first game. Harry Castro with the go-ahead homer. McClanahan, Rasmussen, they come in and drop dick in the next 2 games. Rays take 2 out of 3. It's a good time to be low. It's a bad time to be low. He is going to be out for at least 4 weeks or so with the stress factor. And Trevor Plouffe's Twins, they take 2 out of 3 from the Athletics. A stole the middle game with no Cap, James Cap. Gary Sanchez starting to go. Twins take 2 out of 3. That's what happened in the American League.
As you were saying that, the Yankees tied up the game, so
Oops.
Goes back to in favor of them winning and sweeping the 4-game set against the Orioles and becoming the bird killers that you proclaim them to be. I think they're now 13-5 against the Blue Jays and the Orioles. If they win this game, they'd be 14-5. They do have the Cardinals on the schedule this year, so St. Louis fans, watch out. Bird killers are out there. Shout out Turnpike Troubadours. As for the standings, the Yankees, I'll stay on there because they're the top left of my screen. They gain a game so far. They're 5.5 up on the Rays, 8.5 up on the Blue Jays. Boston wins the series. They lose a game in the standings. They go from 12 games back to 13 games back. In the Central, the Twins get, I think, half a game more. They were 3 games up. They're now 3.5 games up as the Royals and the White Sox split. Still not a second team above 500 in the Central. And it looks like the Twins are going to stay above the slog. That's just going to slog each other to death. White Sox and Royals splitting in 4 games. In the West, the Angels get swept. They're a game back in the West. Astros lost 2 out of 3, so not that bad. I mean, I would have thought, Astros win against the Red Sox while the Angels get swept. It's going to be worse. And the Mariners were 7 games back, and they are now still 7 games back, but the Rangers jumped them with their sweep of the Angels. So Mariners lose another series. I don't know where you want to start, Jake, but
that's kind of where I want to go because I think it's truly a storyline, and sorry, Seattle, that it is. But both of these teams kind of need to get right. The Blue Jays snuck up on 500, and it was kind of like, what's going on with you guys? And then to come out in those first 2 games in Toronto and you get shut down by both starting pitchers, it's almost like a non-starter. It's like, damn, we're gonna get 6 shut out by Kikuchi, 7 shut out by Barrios. Even though they're involved in both those games, are you? And if you're Mariners, I mean, it's almost it's kind of becoming panic button time with what the Halos are doing in your team's performance. I don't know if you got to switch it up. I don't know if they've been switching up. Mariners fans sound off in the comments. But yeah, Blue Jays kind of get themselves right against what's supposed to be a good team, and Mariners, I don't know, like close to life support right now.
Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, look, last year they won a bunch of those 1-run games. We were wondering how they were able to be in the position they were in at the end of the year. And then this year, I think maybe, I mean, I don't want to say we gave them too much credit. I don't think that's it, but they were counting on some guys that, kind of haven't showed up yet. And this Blue Jays team is really good. Barrios with the 7 shed, he actually went out for the 8th inning in that game, but he needed that start big time because the last 2 starts, I think he's given like 5 runs, 6 runs, something like that. So big for him. Yeah, I don't know. Mariners fans, it's a long road ahead to catch those teams. The way the Angels have been playing now, I know I don't necessarily believe in their starting pitching in the long run. I mean, they've kind of proven us wrong so far, but I don't know how that's going to play over 162. So, there's a chance you can still get going there. But the Astros are just, I think they're the team in that division.
Let me go back to the Seattle and Toronto series. For the Blue Jays, I want to say good job. We said you have the Mariners coming up and you have the Reds coming up, and you need to win. I think I said 5 out of those 4 out of 6 games, or 5. I forget what I said, but 4. Yeah, you got to win both series or sweep one and lose the other. They win the first series and they got the Reds coming in. So they've been a team with the hardest schedule. They want to hang their hat on that. And this is a good start to win the series, have really good starting pitching performances from guys. And now you have the Reds coming in. So the Blue Jays hopefully can, for Blue Jays fans' sake, build on this, because they did not think they were going to be 8.5 games back come 35 games in,
It's going to be fun to see how those baby Jays react. Do they get fueled by that? I think they will. Like, I love Ledito. I love like George Springer. Every time you chop up those stats, and for them, that offense feels so good that whenever they pitch, they got a chance. So I'm excited to see what the baby Jays got, because I mean, the way the Yanks look, they've laid out their own little gauntlet.
I think the Jays have a big streak in them at some point during the year. Just kind of the team they've built can go on runs like that, and they're going to have to catch the Yankees. I'm a believer in the Yankees, though. I don't think this thing is like a flash in the pan, early season, get out to a good start type thing. I think this is a really, really good baseball team. So they got their work cut out for them, but this is a lineup that can get it done. And like you said, their pitching can be very good for the Blue Jays. So put those together. That's when you start to get those streaks, those 6 in a row type things, those 10 in a row type things. I think I foresee that in the future for the Jays at some point this season, like a nice long winning streak to get them kind of back into striking distance, if you will.
Orioles are starting to flatten out. Fight's gone. Yankees are good, but Yankees have won some odd games where, Trev, the other teams have handed them an inning of like 3 runs, and then they have the pitching. And then there's been other games where the pitching lives up some runs and the hitting comes. They're kind of, it's like tied for it's the best 35 game start to a season we've seen we've seen two other teams have the same record, but only better team is 1984 Tigers, which is like, historical. So, I mean, it's pretty chill to watch as a Yankees fan. Like yesterday, the Yankees scored 2 runs on a wild pitch. It was 3-0. And then that was it. Okay. Cole will shut him down with the bullpen.
Yankees first in OPS plus, second in ERA plus, only to the Dodgers, but Kershaw is kind of out of the mix there. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw next week the Yankees eclipse and be number 1 in both those respected stats. So that's kind of a good feeling for you guys. I'm happy for all the New York Yankees fans. I really am.
The bullpen is deep. The starting rotation is deep. The lineup is deep. The base running is quality. The defense is quality. I mean, it's rainbows and butterflies right now.
Well, Aaron Boone's the difference, right? Finally got that guy, a good manager in there. So he's really turning the tide there a little bit.
Yep.
I do want to say Trevino, I saw his homer because I watch all of his highlights. I love him. What a swing on that ball.
Yeah.
Over his head, inside outs it over the right field wall.
Yeah.
Like that
was
kind of
literally
a poke
Jimmy.
for a righty.
That was Little League Jimmy swing. Umpires used to say, "How'd you hit that? Why'd you swing at it?"
Know the stadium.
His eyes, you can kind of see, like, when you catch a ball in the barrel and like he like went up to get that ball expecting maybe to foul it off or something. Like when the ball is halfway there and you're starting your swing, you're like, fuck, that pitch is really high. Like, let me just get my barrel on it, like, or just try to foul that ball off. He barreled it. And that's a nice feeling. A surprise barrel, if you will, for old Trevi.
He also roped one to left like the next game. That was a real one. So.
He looks like
he's a good guy.
He looks like he might have a chance in the warehouse this offseason. We'll see.
I think he wants to come by too.
Yeah.
What do you got? What else, Jake? What Astros-Red Sox? Did we talk about that one?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's tough. I mean, Red Sox fans are looking for anything to buy into at this point, and Pivetta having a big start and winning a series. Like, that's, when you get off to as bad as a start as they do, you just kind of have to, it's back to basics, right? It's like when you're in a slump at the plate. Everyone says, like, go back to basics. Win some series. And they win a series against an Astros team that have been annihilating everyone. So, hey, you put that in your pocket. You go on to the next one. You hope it sparks something. And if you're the Astros, I think you kind of just shrug and say, well, we've been so dominant. And, I mean, you look at that second inning against Nate Dogg, and it's just like, damn, dude. You name the names that hit the home runs, and you're like, oh, yeah. No, that makes sense, kind of. Like, those are some of the best hitters in baseball.
Yeah, that was apparently the wind was going in Fenway or something. But if you watch the homers, they were
that
homers.
half inning.
They were homers, bro. These weren't like fly balls that were out. Like, these were actual like bombs. Every single one was over 102 miles per hour off the bat. Like, these were well struck balls. I love the series for the Red Sox. You win the first game behind Whitlock. Shout out Odo. Got to send some good vibes his way. He gets carted off the field with an Achilles. No timetable for the return yet, but Red Sox win that one. Then they get steamrolled in the second game. The mark of a good team is to be able to answer the next day. I know we're going to go into Pivetta a little bit later. He overcomes the Altuve homer, which is really cool to see that. I think this is a series where you can kind of look to and say, okay, we won the series against the Astros, one of the best teams in the league. We think we're one of the best teams in the league still, even though we're on this bad start. We still think we're this good. Look what we just did. Now let's carry it over. This could be the start of something good. They're also getting Waka back, who was good before his injury. So, shoot, man, this could be the day. May, when is this coming out?
20th.
We got 18th on the screen right now. It's the 19th right now as we're recording. So, yeah, just mark it. May 20th. This is the day that maybe the Red Sox turn the corner.
Huge.
Marked.
Let's see. What else do we need to check out? White Sox. I mean, you guys are just in like purgatory right now. Like, let us know if you start being the White Sox. Jimmy, there was a note from Twitter. I didn't want to tell you this during the live time burn of it, but at P_HED19, White Sox use 35 different lineups through 35 games. I mean, I think a little bit of that is injury induced.
Because let me go look at it. because sometimes if the top four is like, you can have the top four consistent.
Right.
Like, I still don't think the Yankees have used the same lineup twice, but their top five is the same now.
Steady.
They're doing what I've been asking for years. So yeah, no, they're switching it up a lot. It looks like Robert and Abreu as the 3-4. They keep flipping that back and forth because Abreu was struggling, so maybe they want him to just get out of the 4 hole. Anderson's the leadoff. Moncada is a 2 hole. No, man, they're doing a lot of fucking lineups.
Okay, so Tony, chill.
Got 7 different players bat second, 6 bat third, 9. Who cares about 6? Through 9.
Hey, yeah, a lot of good hitters bat.
I mean, there's injuries, but there's also like Abreu had a major slump. Like, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with that team, including, how about a good note for them? Johnny Cueto comes back and drops it at the start of this series. So that's fun at least. But yeah, it's kind of like White Sox are your buddy that texts you like, I'm coming to the party. He's like, I'll be there at 7:30. And then he's like, I might be 15 late. And he's like, it's looking like 8. And no, okay, dude, it's probably going to be closer to 8:30. It's like, you know what, dude? You don't even have to text me at this point. Like, I'll know when you're at the party, so let us know.
They text you like, "Do you need me to bring anything?" And you're like, "Yeah, you, dude.
Just
stop acting like you're going to a store just to stall."
Yeah.
I can't believe Tony La Russa is the manager of this team. It's really tough. I keep thinking that every time, like, golly. But this is a sad birthday party. It's a sad 7-year-old birthday party. There's an 8-year-old there. He shouldn't even be there. Then there's 2 7-year-olds and the rest 6-year-olds. Nobody wants that. They got to come join the party. The offense has been abysmal. With Cueto there, I mean, he's going to be the 5th starter for them. And Lance Lynn's coming back, I think, early June. Like, this is a team that's primed that things are going to start happening for them. If you're a White Sox fan, hasn't been great so far. I think the offense is going to be there. It's going to happen. And then the rotation, once everyone is healthy, I mean, you're going to have Giolito, Cease, Kopech, Lynn, and Johnny Cueto. You move Vinny Velasquez. Maybe you do Vinny and Cueto piggybacking, something like that. There was an interesting note on our Baseball Today show about Keuchel. He has a vesting option. So there's at some point they're going to do something. They're going to put him in the bullpen or they're going to designate him. They're not going to let him get to this vesting option. So that'll change things around for them. But I obviously, I still really believe in the White Sox.
Yeah, it sounds like you just pegged it. Going back to the party texting analogy, I mean, it's Lance Lynn walking in with 230 racks and saying like, okay, who wants it?
Every team needs a fast-paced pitcher, just a grab-and-go guy. And if you don't have it, you just get, no one puts you in fast-forward ever. You just get slowed down nonstop.
Lance Lynn brings 230 racks, and goes, did you guys get any beer for yourself?
Yeah. Bingo.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Bingo.
Rangers sweep the Angels. I feel like this is a big one. Angels have been on fire. They've been winning nonstop. The Rangers were kind of going the other way.
Walks up and makes out with your girlfriend. Yeah. Yeah, no, tough. I mean, Rangers put on a hitting display this series, so that's something to watch. And, yeah, I mean, Trout, Rendon, and Ward and Walsh do it for the Halos, and they still get beat.
Rangers fans, can you reach out? I know that you have some injuries and you have some new guys that are getting starts every day. Trev's guy Heim is getting starts every day. Sam Huff is getting starts now as DH, and he's like got a 900 OPS and a hit in every single game since he came up. Eli White, the speedster, he doesn't have crazy numbers from this series, but he was all over the highlights. He got a steal, he had a timely hit. I wonder if it's like a little bit a more dynamic or just a different look with these guys coming up, or if that's making a difference. But that was something I observed that I'm asking. I don't know.
Yeah, this one's got to sting a little bit if you're an Angels fan for sure. I think they come back to Anaheim now, so that's nice. Little home cooking. I think you shrug this one off.
I'll spin it for him. Syndergaard had a rough start. He's coming off Tommy John. He's allowed to have a rough start. He's not going to have, a flawless series. Detmer's threw a no-hitter. He's tired. He's allowed to have a rough start. He's gassed a little bit. And then Ohtani pitched well. You went into extras with the bullpen. You had to use more guys in the Syndergaard start. They actually handled that well. So there you go. You're fine.
Yeah, and Trev, you pegged it. They're going home.
Stop saying that, bro.
Anaheim,
I learned what pegging means. I
Texas.
don't want you saying that anymore.
And then a fun series with Toronto. Peter Moylan, phone call. Peter Moylan, we are recording Talking Baseball, dude. What's up?
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. No, it's fine. I'll catch you later.
You sure you don't want to say anything to Trevor,
no,
Jim?
Peter.
Trevor and Jim, I miss you guys. Can't wait to see you guys at the All-Star break. Busy right now, but you guys are too. Everybody is. Can't wait to work with Trevor all next week.
How high are you right now? That was way too professional.
Really? I'm just watching the Cardinals versus the Los Mets right now.
Good game.
So, not too high.
Good game. Well, I miss you. We'll talk in a little bit.
Call me later, somebody.
Bye. Again, not sure who that was. And then, Rays over the Tigers. Twins over the Athletics. Keep winning series, Minnesota. Gary,
you want to gloss over these games, or are we gonna get into these games?
Gary,
we're pretty deep into the episodes. I don't know how Jake, is there any notable things from either series?
Trev, I'll give you a minute on the clock if you want everything, but I put my piece out there.
We're good. Rays the Tigers. That's expected. And then the Twins, 2 out of 3 from the A's. That's expected as well. I think the Twins are gonna have to dig deep here as the season goes on. We were talking earlier. Chris asked me about Chris Paddock and how does that affect the Twins' chances now that he's undergoing season-ending surgery. I don't think it really matters to them. I don't think starting pitching. I know it came out really hot early in the year, but it's never going to be their strong suit. It never was. It fucking hasn't been in a long time for the Twins. So the defense is going to have to show up. The starters are going to have to figure some way to get some length, and then the offense has got to go off. I'm unlike the Phillies. And I feel bad saying this. I feel like I can kind of quit the Twins pretty easily when I really take the big picture. I know, they got Buxton. I love them. They're going to have a decision, I believe, with Carlos Correa at some point this year. I don't think they're going to be leading the division when the deadline comes around, and they're going to have to decide, hey, are we going to keep him for the rest of the year or try to get something out of him? Because he's obviously going to opt out at the end. It's an interesting situation going on in Minnesota. I feel bad saying I don't believe in them, but it's kind of hard for me to get behind them.
This is going to shock absolutely no one. And I hate being a mean person.
Sure.
The AL Central's just a waste of everyone's time.
Don't say that.
Sounded like
the team with the big lead in first place. You just said you don't believe in them.
It's May 20th. We got 4 months left of baseball here. So I'm just saying the rotation.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
White Sox need to pick it up.
Two things. Trev, it sounded like you were teeing up Jimmy's preseason Correa to get traded prediction. So that would be nice. And a little fun fact, Willie Adames traded to the Brew Crew, and we kept saying, wow, the Brew Crew actually fleeced Tampa for once. They got a starting shortstop who's a stud. Number 2 starter in the Rays rotation, Drew Rasmussen, 8 starts at 2.33. And JP Fireheisen, 18.10 earned runs out of the bullpen. That was their return for Willie. The Rays are going Rays.
And Willie couldn't see at the stadium, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
The Rays. Rays going Ray.
I take back what I said. The White Sox can be good. But the Central's been a letdown, man. I thought the Royals were going to have fight. I took the over on the Tigers.
Yeah.
I thought the White Sox were going to be like a class of the league team. So they've just been a letdown.
Go Twins. Twins offense can keep them in this thing.
I'm rooting for the Twins.
They've been very good so far. They have a lot of fun players.
Twins have a lot that I'm rooting for.
If you like any of the players we just mentioned, and some of the players we're about to mention in standout performance, why don't you go to Greg Morris Cards? We also have a huge interleague series coming up. Trevor's going to walk us through that. But Greg Morris Cards, they're the most trusted sports card seller on the planet. I need to meet Greg Morris because, God, I love Greg Morris Cards. He sells over 80,000 sports cards every month. How about over a milli in 21? Whoops. A milli. Known for selling vintage cards, but they've also got the new stars: Shohei, Trout, Judge, Hapa, Soto, even the young bloods. We know Trev's got cards. Torkelson, Witt Jr., Yordan Alvarez. Why do people trust Greg Morris cards? Greg Morris and his team hand grade every card they sell. If they say a card is mint, you know it's mint. Go check out gregmorriscards.com to see their inventory. Follow them anywhere on social media, Insta, Facebook, Twitter. And this month only, when you check out, send them a message through eBay saying you heard about GMC through John Boy and get $5 off your order of $50 or more. gregmorriscards.com. Go check them out. Trev, I got to know about this interleague. I almost forgot about it.
Go Twins, go. I'm going out there in June or later in June to see Gardenhire's Hall of Fame thing. Whatever. Here we go. In interleague, there's only one series and only one game played so far. It is the Reds at the Guardians. Second game got rained out. They're playing the third game right now. Let's get into what happened on Tuesday. It was the Reds show. 5-4 Reds. It went 10 innings. It was Overton versus Plesac. Overton goes 7 2/3 with 2 earned runs. Plesac 6 innings pitched with 2 earned runs. 5 double plays turned by the Guardians, and one was really nice. First baseman throws it to the shortstop. Plesac covered. I love when a pitcher gets involved in double plays. That's a lot of double plays for one game. Towards the end, Farmer drives in Naquin to make it 4-2. That was off Clase. And then Moustakis with the go-ahead RBI walk after Owen Miller, our guy, tied the game with a 2-run homer in the 9th. Alexis Diaz had a nasty slider to Jose Ramirez to end the game. So the Reds take that one 5-4. Currently, as we're recording this, the Guardians are up 1-0 on the Reds. And that's it. That's it. The whole game. 5-4 Reds.
History of the show. It's the shortest interleague recap ever. Just one game.
Badass.
I had a Dr. Seuss quote lined up, but I decided to not use it. Do you want me to go for it just in case?
Right here.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
Done. Okay.
It's moose juice. Everyone knows that. Don't give a moose goose juice, and don't give a goose moose juice. Everyone knows that.
God,
I do appreciate that. Let's take a look at our standout performance.
Standout performances.
I get to go first because I had the NL today, and I'm giving mine to Nick Pivetta. Shut down the Astros. 9 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts, 2 hits, 0 walks. You know, I love that. Knuckle curve was getting it done. 55% with rate. That's good. I don't know. Breeze through the lineup, man. He's got 3 good starts in a row now. He's going 6 innings pitched, 7 innings pitched, 9 innings pitched. His last 3, only 2 earned runs in the combination of them. White Sox, Texas, Houston. So like decent lineups. Red Sox needed that, especially after Evaldi gets knocked around for 5 homers. And like you guys had mentioned, leadoff home run to Pivetta. Are nightmares happening to Altuve? Nightmares happening again? No. He gets out the next 9 guys. He gets out the next 12 guys. Oh, he gets out the next 15 guys. Oh, he gets out the next 18 guys. Gets out the next 18 guys. Then ground rule double, then 3 more outs. Good job, Nicky P.
Complete
Full
game.
pension Piv doing it. That's really good against that lineup. And like you said, I just love when a starter, gives up a run in the first or gets into some trouble and then just like calms himself down, figures it out, complete game here. That's a different animal. You'd be happy if you go 7 after something like that. So Piv, good job, man.
Good job,
Bullpen
Piv.
gets a break.
Bullpen needs a break.
Reset.
Yeah. Well, because Evaldi only went 1.2.
Right.
I mean, so they had 7 guys pitch the game before. So bullpens always need to be reset. But I mean, 7 guys go the game before. They probably asked Pivetta, like, give us at least like 6, man. Like 6, 7. He goes all 9. Full day off. Bullpen owes him a cake.
The last time we saw Piv throw against Houston, it was in that ALCS. Went 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, only 1 earned run.
Yacker.
And it was a homer again. So he's only given up 2 runs against them in the last 14 innings pitched, both solo homers.
Ooh. Jake, who's your standout performing else?
My standout is not Mike Moustakas, but I do want to tell Trev his next home run will be home run number 200.
Damn.
So go.
Wow, get that text ready.
So yeah, get that fired up.
Malibu Mike.
3 All-Star games for Malibu Mike. Not my standout performer. Again, what a career, Moose. He's going to end up playing in a playoff game this year. Mark my word.
And he's paid. He's freaking paid.
It's not Mike Moustakas, guys. I hate to keep telling you that. Malibu Mike. I'm
Moose juice.
going to the same series, Jim. I'm going to Kyle Tucker. The Houston Astros have started going, and Abe Lincoln has really turned it on lately. He was a part of that 5-homer inning, 2 home runs in this game. 1 was a grand slam. And again, for me, yes, it's a huge night at the office. The whole office did have a huge night themselves. He's sneaking up on Jeremy Pena for that WAR. He's up to 1.8 on the season. The dude racks up WAR, a good combination of good defense and good offense. And yeah, Abe Lincoln's great grandson has gotten it going. After he was kind of off to a slow start, he's been fuego. And again,
why don't you give it to Tucker, the Tuckers, and give it to Tucker Davidson too? He had a good start.
It's going to Kyle Tucker. Sorry, Tucker Davidson.
I think we like all the Tuckers.
Like Abraham Lincoln.
Barnhart's a friend. He sent me a jersey. Tuck's our buddy.
I had a dog named Tucker. People forget that.
Kyle Tucker, he's good. And Tucker Davidson, you're always talking about him, Jake.
I'm not always talking about Tucker Davidson, but good job by anyone named Tucker, I guess, and Yordan Alvarez as well. Yordan Tucker Alvarez. Trev?
Shout out Abe Lincoln. What a guy.
He was a fine man.
People say he was honest. I heard he lied a few times.
Didn't marry well.
No. Tall for his time. We could talk about Abe Lincoln all day, but I'm going to talk about someone that doesn't have a beard. Does Abe Lincoln had a beard? He did.
Sure did. Famous for it. Yep.
Curt Casali has a mustache, a really nice one, and I'm giving him my award. He went 3 for 4 with 2 homers and 4 RBI. But the reason I'm giving him this award is because I saw him when C. Rose and I went to Dodger Stadium. Curt, former teammate of mine, came over. We chopped it up a little bit, and what he said was bothering me a little bit. He said, Trev, well, first he said, where'd the rest of you go?
Yeah.
And I said, why are you so jacked right now, bro? Because he was looking fine. And he said, yeah, I might be big, but I can't hit homers. I haven't hit a homer yet. That was on May 2nd, I believe. Okay. Since that time, Curt Casali, on that day, he talked to me, he had a 427 OPS. Since that day, he has been raking 2 homers there. He had another one before, 3 homers now. Since that day, 5 walks to 2 strikeouts, 427 OPS. You know what he's at now? 826 OPS. Let's go, Curt Casali. A little bit of confidence, bro. That's all you needed, okay? You look jacked. I told you, and now look what's going on. Deep breath, confidence. Go, Curt Casali.
He just bullied Ty Black.
And there he is being very nice to my son.
Senzatella gets hurt. They go, we need someone to pitch. Ty Black says, I guess I can do it. Short notice, but yeah, I'll step up for the team. Curt Casali, homer, first at bat, 3-run homer later on in the game. It's just rude, Trev.
It's rude. Teddy's a stud. Curt Casali might be Teddy's manager one day in the big leagues. I'm probably going to have to make that
awesome.
happen.
Bookmark that.
The Teddy Plouffe boost for Curt Casali. Not bad.
It was.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Let's go to the bad stuff.
Congrats,
It's Slump
Moose.
Watch time. Slump Watch.
We got Jim.
Our guy Austin Riley, he went 3 for 13, but he had a homer, 3 RBIs. I know this doesn't count, but like I said, he made a nice play in the field. And this was a tough series against the Brewers pitching. The numbers are worse than I thought, but he's off, and I'm giving him like 2 claps.
Yeah.
The homer, the RBIs, they're timely, they're good. Sean Murphy, 1 for 7. These are the guys that have been on Slump Watch. We're trying to make sure they don't fall into slumps. Murphy goes 1 for 7, 2 RBIs. That's not enough for me. Wilson Contreras 2 for 11, a homer, double, 4 RBI, a walk, and a hit by pitch for 308 on base. I mean, I think that's like I'm not even doing what you did, but you're off. Get out of here, Wilson.
It's a punch off.
Dude, for his team to put up 16 runs or whatever they did, and he not have anything better than that, I don't know. Manny Machado, an offer. No one tweeted at me when he was up at all. That's upsetting. I just maybe they did. I didn't see it. I don't know.
Okay.
He goes 2 for 8. Only 2 games there for the Padres with 2 Ks. Bo Bichette 4 for 12, 2 RBIs, a walk. Bo Bichette gets claps. So what do you want to do? You want to Sean Murphy and Manny Machado? You want him on? You want him off? I mean, Machado got 2 games.
Sean Murphy feels like we're getting to a nervous spot where part of me doesn't want to watch.
He's off.
Okay. Manny should probably be off, right? You know, a couple hits.
Only 2 games.
Clean the slate. Yeah.
2 hits in 2 games. Well, then they're all gone.
Then they're all gone. Good. Then we got a fresh pop, baby.
Joey Gallo, 0 for. Carlos Santana, 0 for. Nelson Cruz, 0 for. Jack Peterson, 0 for. Brandon Belt, 1 for 14 and 7 Ks.
Ew.
Don't worry. They'll get better.
That's why they're on Slump Watch, to get off Slump Watch.
I didn't realize Gallo was 0 for 13.
Yeah, tough series in B-more.
Got sat this last game, too.
Yankees sitting guys every game.
Yeah.
Dirt nasties on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
These guys are on fire. Is Brett Phillips a starter now? Are his stats on the year good? I haven't seen the Rays yet all season, and it feels weird. He goes 5 for 9. Maybe that's his full grown height. 2 homers, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. He might be sneaky taller than that. I don't think he's a short
having a good year. He's having a good year so far. Looking it up right now.
And is he playing every day? Cole Calhoun. Huh?
He's got 0.8 WAR, and lately, yes, he has been playing every single day.
Yeah.
In fact,
yeah,
going back like pretty much from April, he's been playing every day.
Wow, good for him. Cole Calhoun, 4 for 8 with 2 homers. Aaron Judge, 4 for 9 with 2 homers. Gary Sanchez, 5 for 12 with 2 homers, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs. Get him, Gare. Christian Walker, 3 homers. I think he had a homer in the first 3 games of the series against the Dodgers. He goes 4 for 14. Mike Trout, that guy's good. 5 for 13, 2 homers. Devers, 6 for 11. Yastrzemski, 6 for 12. Believe he had the walk-off or the go-ahead as well. And then Jazz Chisholm Jr., 5 for 11 with the homer. Is that a hand raise, Trev?
Turns out Brett Phillips is not having that good of a year. I just quickly glanced at his WAR, then went down to his game logs to see how many he's played. He's hitting 197, 256 OBP, 637 OPS, 93 OPS plus. So a lot of his value is defensively. But,
defense, and I'm sure he's grabbed some bags.
And laughs.
4 on the year.
He's having a Brett Phillips year. It's a Rays year. They're like, they're finding value out of that, where other teams would freaking probably cut this guy. They've got 0.8 WAR out of him.
I think speed and whatever WAR. I need them to do a recalibration soon.
Yeah, we're over WAR here.
No, there's certain guys who I don't know if it's I'm a big base running enthusiast and big defense enthusiast, but there's guys that don't hit at all, but have WAR that's better than guys who, hit and then have a little less than, I don't know, whatever. Seems like it's not balanced.
It could make sense to me, and I don't want to get off into a tangent here, but like a huge play defensively, like to save, say it's 2 outs, bases loaded, you go make a diving catch on a very low probability ball. Like that's worth a lot. So
yeah, making the hard plays. Yeah, I don't know. All right, what's the next segment do we have it? Ooh, baby,
come on, Kelsey.
Awards.
Hey, after that, Trev, let me just throw it to you first.
My award is going to go to someone who I really, really like. Atlanta Braves fans, got to know her in Atlanta. Then she came here, and we've been blessed getting to hang with her. Now Colorado is reaping the benefits of that. It's Kelsey Wingert. She got hit in the head with a foul ball a couple days ago. We want to send her good vibes. She checked back in. She put a picture up on her Instagram and her Twitter feed that are pretty scary, man. She got hit right in the forehead. She got stitches externally and internally there. But she says everything is going fine. They're continuing to test, make sure like everything's good. There was no internal bleeding apparently. But I just wanted to give a shout out to her because, like I said, we've gotten to know her pretty well here, and she's just one of the better human beings I've come across in the game. And she needs it right now. She needs some support. Kelsey, we love you. I don't know. Are we gonna get her like a football helmet or something down there when she's gonna be sideline reporting? Like,
yeah, texting
it's
Moylan,
twice now.
Texting Moylan, we got to get her the Don Zimmer helmet. But in all serious, I was very scared. I was watching that game,
scary.
and then I was watching on mute, and then my brother texted me, and it was scary. So I hope everything's all right. I mean, that's I'm glad all the tests come back negative. Still, just mentally, it's got to be, you be shaky. You got to be exhausted. So, yeah, Kelsey is the absolute best, and I hope everything's going well. And if you haven't wished her well or thought good thoughts, do that for everyone. Scary, man. 98 mile per hour to the forehead.
Yeah, it was Austin Slater, so I'm a little bit mad at him. Twice now. The first one was like an eye thing, like in the orbital bone, and now freaking straight in the head for this one. So yes, we are just wanting to wish Kelsey all the best, and anything we can do, let us know.
Love you, Kels. One of our favorites.
My award is to seriously everybody start listening. Award goes to Taylor Ward. I'd given him awards before. I gave him like the "it's official, you're 18 now" or whatever the hell it was, because he became eligible. He had the bats eligible to lead the league and shit. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. He still leads the league in every slash line. He had a big series, even though the Angels lost. And I was going through his game log and his splits, and there is just not a bad thing to find. He's got 4 games. I think he's played 33 or something. He's got 4 games where he hasn't recorded a hit.
Jesus Christ.
2 of those, he got walked 3 times. One of them, he got walked once. So he has 1 game where he has not reached base this season. 1. And it was his third game of the season. Since then, a 26-game streak of reaching safely. He's come off the bench 2 times in that stretch. Both times he's hit a home run. 1 to take the lead, 1 to tie the game. So he's been pretty good off the bench. With 2 strikes, he's got a .394 on base percentage, a .603 slugging. With men on base, he's got a .400 batting average, a .520 on base, a .800 slugging, 1.3 OPS. Late and close stats, .471 batting average, .550 on base, 1.1 slugging. You cannot find a bad split or stat. Day, night, righty, lefty. It's nuts. And the deeper we go, the more work it's going to be to come down to earth, which will happen in some way. But my God, every time we do a series recap, it's like, yeah, Ward hit a homer again. Oh, is a 3-run shot? It's nuts. So
the game logs, James, when you're going down there and looking at all the hits in the column there, you see those 4 zeros. The fact that in 2 of those zeros he had those walks. I mean, the guy is just absolutely seeing the ball. Like, it's one of those times you just don't know how it's happening. Like, no one is this good at baseball. You got to try to bottle this feeling up. You don't want to talk like, yeah, it's going to come down to earth, because it will. How far, we don't know, but man, like he's figured some things out. And it's really cool to see. Fresno State, what was in the water there, him and Judge. Let's go. Shadow Hills High School. It's a cool name for a high school.
Yeah, I was telling Jim, I was like, are there articles out yet? There's a couple. Fox Sports has one. You know, there's some Swing Revolution stuff, and there's also, you know, I think with the swing science and, you know, there's some easy stuff we track. Exit Velo. He was also down in the minors and kind of dominating. It just hadn't happened at the major league level. You're right, Jim. It's kind of this, where does it land? What's the next part of the story? Can't wait to find out, and I hope it's a badass version of the story.
Me too.
Yeah, I think I've said on this before. He credits a lot of his success to a book called Mind Gym, which a lot of baseball players read because it is so tough mentally. So he's in a good mental space, man. That dude, that's a lot of it.
In his 4 games where he doesn't have a single hit, he has a .583 on base percentage.
It's not bad.
Nuts. Young Jake,
Yes.
you'll have an award.
Quite
Way to
literally.
go, Joe Madden.
Quite literally, young Jake. Yeah, so I think we all have birthday parties from our youth that just stand out. You know, Trev, I follow you and your beautiful family on Instagram. You guys go to some awesome birthday parties. I kind of want to go to a couple of those. I feel like at one party, I think there was like a real alive dinosaur, which was some Hollywood's Hill shit. I know my favorite birthday party growing up, there was a kid that used to rent an ice cream truck, and we used to just go to town. I would fuck up some Choco Tacos. It was gross. I was fat. I talked about a birthday party on this very show a couple weeks ago in Milwaukee, and it was about Willie Adames, who's been talked about a couple times this episode, that he was the only guy on the Brew Crew with an OPS in the 7s. And he was the oldest guy. He turned 7. He was waiting for all of his buddies. Like, guys, come on. Have your birthday. Be 7 years old with me. It's awesome. Not only did they listen, but these guys are excelling. The Milwaukee Brewers have turned into a little bit of a hitting factory since we last spoke. Omar Narvaez behind the dish with a 756 OPS. Rowdy Tellez already turned 8. He's 803 in right now. Colton Wong, we talked about his hot streak, 737. Jace Peterson's in the 7s. Yelly's a 758. Hunter Renfroe, 796. Our guy, Luis Urias, who we mentioned the other day, he's in the 8 since he's returned. This whole Brewers lineup has turned it on since I kind of called them out about birthday time. And, yeah, I mean, they're just having, like, they must all be early May birthdays. And they just had party on party on party. They're having a blast. They're 4th in home runs, 5th in runs, 3rd in stolen bases. So on the offensive side of the ball, they're, you know, these Milwaukee Brewers, we always get caught up in that pitching. Their hitting's answered the bell recently.
It's cool that Rowdy found a time machine and just skipped 7.
Yeah.
He's now 8 years old. That's cool of him. Yeah, I mean, look, it's not the strong suit of their team. We know that. But for them to come, this is when you can really dream upon the team. When you see the offense like this clicking a little bit, you know they have the room to add. This is where my mind went, you know, when I made them my prediction to win the World Series. You know, if they can get, you know, right now they're 8th in the league in OPS. If they can stay around there, match that with the guys they have. We talked about the disgusting staff. We always talk about that disgusting staff. Put those two together, and that's a championship team.
Beauty.
Getting excited.
Brewers, Yankees, right? That's what I said, right? What would you guys do?
Oh, wow.
Is it going to get the Brewers, Yankees? Did I just put that in your head, BBD?
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, he doesn't. It's just Stimulator, you know?
Yeah.
Just doing what he does.
We don't control that.
Make a move, Brew Crew. Go get somebody.
Ooh. Oh. Aha.
The 6-seed Blue Jays will be playing the 3-seed Twins. Does Berrios beat his former team?
He does.
Wow, really?
That's a fun game.
Hey, are the wild cards 3 games now, right?
Yeah, it's
I was asked.
That's 2 out of 3, right?
What's that?
I think it's 2 out of 3, right?
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Rays and the Angels. Joe Madden playing his old team in round 1. The 5-seed Angels playing the 4-seed Rays.
Halos.
Ooh, suck it. You got the Angels and the Yankees in the DS.
Yankees.
Wow. Blue Jays and the Astros in the DS.
Astros.
Uh-oh. The CS goes through the Astros once again. Let's slide over to the NL where the Giants and the Padres, the Giant Dads, are facing off in the wild card.
Padres.
Okay. The Brewers and the Cardinals, 2 interdivision wild card matchups are playing. Who wins that?
Birthday boys.
Wow. That makes sense. Now the Brewers will be facing off against the Mets. Mets are the 2 seed currently, so they had a bye.
Brewers.
Ooh. Okay. And then the Dodgers and the Padres.
Dodgers.
Right. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. So now you have the Yankees and the Astros playing in the CS. Who is going to the World Series?
Yankees.
Yup. And then you have the Brewers and the Dodgers going to the World Series.
Brewers.
Oh my God. Does Trevor run the simulator? The Brewers and the Yankees in the World Series. I got to tell you something. We're getting tricky. Who wins?
Brewers.
Holy.
Okay. Now
2 years in a row.
Bit of a pickle here, guys. The Brewers win the Stimulator last Friday. The Yankees won the Stimulator the Friday before that. The Brewers won the Stimulator. Friday before that, the Yankees won the Stimulator.
Wow.
Dodgers, the only other team to win the Stimulator.
Stimulator knows what the hell it's doing.
Those good teams.
Okay.
Those good.
All right.
teams.
Congrats to the Brew Crew, tearing my heart.
I wasn't here to look at the stimulator last week, so.
Yeah,
That
Zach
was a
ran
Zach.
the Yankees.
That
to
was
the
a
game.
Zach. God, he was
Zach
so
ran the
hot.
computer.
Yeah. All right. See you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry we weren't live. Eat a butt.
Love you guys.
Best friend of the week?
Trevor Plouffe.
Me.
Always.
Ian Happ.
Wow, love you now.
5 for 10 homer, double. Jake sucks.
Oh, Nuke. Our guests are here. I'm gonna say hi quick. Maybe they'll come say
I
hi.
gotta go pee and
Say hi
do
to them
something
for me.
warehouse. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.